Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about the Core 1L printer from Prusa. I bought this printer late last year and I've been printing for like 650 hours on this printer. I've been using it for all kind of products and filament testing and whatever I need to print on this printer. Initially I thought I would want this printer because of the build volume, 300 by 300 by 330. I was printing my 3D printed landscapes. I wanted a bigger printer than the Prusa MK4 that I had earlier. I got this printer for that reason mostly, but I've been using it as well to print all kind of materials, and since it's an enclosed printer you can pretty much print every consumer grade filament. Maybe not the highest engineering filaments like PEEK or something like that, but you can print nylon, polypropylene, polycarbonates, and whatever you can get for a normal consumer printer. And the prints have been great. I have some prints here to show you, like this torture test from Maker's Muse. Had no issue printing this, and it's a very delicate print because it wobbles when you're printing, because this is so thin, but everything printed out great and no issues with the overhangs. I printed also this robot, no issues with that. Like the torture test as well from Maker's Muse, the 0.5 got loose as well. I've been printing out landscapes like this landscape I printed out, and this is quite a big print, you can see, compared to my head. This one I've painted already, but I have several other prints that I still have to paint. But this was like the reason I got this build volume of a printer. So here you can see the printer. I'm not gonna move it around, it's quite heavy. But it has an extruder from Prusa inside and all the nozzles. I have in my drawers here all kind of different nozzles, different sizes, and hardened and CHT nozzles for high flow and such. I also have all the build plates. This one is from polypropylene and work as well for polycarbonates. This one is for nylon, really good for that. And then I have the satin sheet. It's overall pretty good sheet. And then the texture sheet, really good for patchy and flexibles. And then I have the PI sticker, that's really good for PLA. So whatever material you can have, I have a different build plate that is suitable. So using this printer has been pretty good. I have maybe two issues that I've come across. One was fixed in a software update. It was when the bed was moving to the bottom of the printer, it skipped step and missed alignment. And the next print would cause the print nozzle to dive into the print bed. It was fixed in a software update. Shortly after I reported it, there had been some users reporting the same issue, and they fixed that. And the other issue I got, I was printing with some soft PLA filament. It's a really strange filament. And it got stuck in the extruder while I was removing the filament or unloading the filament. And I was trying to get the PTFE tube loose from the extruder part, and I could not get it loose. I had to unscrew the coupling to get to the filament that was stuck. So it's really difficult to remove the PTFE tube from the coupling. So that was a little bit of a hassle to get that clock fixed, but other than that, the usage of the printer has been a good experience. It doesn't give me any issues. It always starts when it should, and such. I'm connecting it from my Prusa ledger with Prusa Connect. That's a cloud service that Prusa has, and if you don't want to use a cloud, you can use Prusa Link to directly print to the printer over the network. You can also connect it with the Ethernet cable if you don't want to use Wi-Fi. You can use the USB key as well to just slice the files and move it to a USB drive and insert it into the printer. So you have a lot of options regarding connectivity. You don't have to use the cloud if you don't want to. There's no need to use the cloud if you have some privacy concerns on the models or something like that. If you're like doing some industrial prints that you don't want to be stored in the cloud no matter what, then you can just print directly to the printer or use the USB. And for most secure way is probably the USB or the LAN connection. Then you don't have to worry about Wi-Fi getting hacked or anything like that. But the ecosystem is great. When I had the printer issue with the bed moving up to the nozzle, I was talking to Prusa support, and they were really helpful diagnosing the issue and confirming it was an issue with the firmware. And since the nozzle had scraped into the bed, it was a little bit damaged, but I showed the damage to the Prusa support personnel, and they decided to send me a new print sheet and a new nozzle. So that was a really nice experience to have them do that for me. I was not asking for it, they just suggested that they would send that to me, and I said yeah, sure. So I was quite happy with that, and so I've had good experience with Prusa support. Other than that, I don't have any issues to report. The printer just basically works. I remember when I was initially setting up the printer, you could use the phone app to hit the NFC reader in the back to connect to Wi-Fi. For some reason that didn't work for me, so I had to manually enter the Wi-Fi credentials in the printer, but that was not a big problem. But the NFC method did not work for me, and I don't know why that was. Maybe my phone or something like that, but I've seen videos of people doing it with a NFC reader, so I believe the function is working. It was probably my phone, but other than that, the setup was really simple. I had to remove some screws from the bed and insert the control panel in the front and moving some paper from inside the printer. So setup was really quick and really easy to get it up and running. I basically have not shut down the printer from where I got it. It's been running quite a lot for me, printing all sorts of stuff around the house and also the landscapes. Like I said in the beginning, I printed quite a lot of them. And all kinds of stuff I need to do. I do a lot of filament testing on this channel, as you might know, and I basically have been able to print whatever type of filament I got my hands on. I got some more filament reviews coming, but you will probably see me printing with this printer for many years. I don't think it's gonna break down. If something is gonna break down, I'm sure Prusa support will help me figure it out and get me replacement parts. The big thing about the Prusa is not just the printer, it's an ecosystem. You get the support, you get the Prusa Connect, the Printables website with models. It's a really good community, and that's a big part of the reason I'm having Prusa printers in general is an overall ecosystem. It's not just a piece of hardware that you have to deal with. It's a whole ecosystem that you can enjoy. So I'm really happy Prusa user, I would say. I got another printer coming next week, the same model, and that I'm gonna convert with the index system for multiple nozzles for multicolor printing. I plan to get the high temp nozzle for this printer so I can print up to 400 degrees, and with that high temp nozzle you can print all kinds of engineering materials and very, very difficult to print materials. So that's something I want to test out. Like you can print PEEK and high nylons and all kinds of stuff that is possible with that high temp nozzle. I want to keep this printer with high temp option and a new printer with the index system for multicolor. I'm running out of space, so I basically have to sell my Prusa MK3 printer that I had, and I'm selling that one to make space. I have very limited space here in the studio. Having those 2 printers, I think I'm capable of printing whatever I need or can think of. And the build volume is great. It is a lot bigger than the MK4 printer that I have as well. I've done several prints using all the build volume. Here's an example of how big of a print can be done on this printer. You see, compared to my head, this is quite big. And this came out without any major issues. There was a little bit of issue here on this part with the overhang. It was drooping a little bit, but other than that, the print came out great. So you can print big helmets and whatnot with this printer. Yeah, so overall I'm quite happy with this printer. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to check out this printer, there's a link in the description also to the Prusa materials, and it's like an affiliate link, so if you use the link and buy the printer, I get a little bit of kickback, so I would really appreciate that. But other than that, this is it, and I thank you for watching. Thank you.